On July 4th, President Donald Trump signed a nearly 900-page tax and spending package he calls the One Big Beautiful Bill. It keeps his 2017 individual tax cuts alive, but it also hands new costs and duties to state governments, which are now scrambling to see what it all means. Nationally, the headline item is the permanent extension of those individual tax cuts, lower rates, and a higher standard deduction. The law also sprinkles in temporary breaks, no federal income tax on many cash tips, deductions for overtime pay, and a write-off for interest on loans for American-made cars. For residents of high-tax states such as New York and California, the cap on the state and local tax or SALT deduction jumps from $10,000 to $40,000 for 5 years. To help pay for these giveaways, the measure scraps several green energy tax credits and trims social programs while spewing billions to defense and border security. Even so, the Congressional Budget Office projects it will swell the national debt by more than $3 trillion over the next decade. States, though, feel the sharpest pinch in healthcare. Today, many states levy special taxes on hospitals and other providers, then use that money to draw extra federal Medicaid matching funds. Beginning in 2028, the new law slashes the maximum tax rate they can charge, reducing the federal match and blowing holes in state budgets. Oregon officials warned the change could cost their Medicaid program more than $11 billion over 10 years. The law also imposes a nationwide work requirement on many able-bodied adults, at least 80 hours a month of work or volunteer service to keep Medicaid coverage. The CBO says nearly 12 million people could lose insurance by 2034. Food assistance is next on the chopping block. For the first time, states must help pay for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, if their payment error rate tops 6%. That rate reflects how accurately a state determines who gets benefits and how much. Michigan projects the new rule could drain about $890 million a year from its budget. Most of these shifts, Medicaid cuts, SNAP cost sharing, and a work requirement, kick in after the 2026 midterms, landing with full force in 2028. Democrats vow to campaign against what they label cuts to working families, while Republicans argue the measures will curb safety net spending and spur economic growth. The bottom line, the One Big Beautiful Bill may put more money in many taxpayers' pockets now, but it also sets up a high-stakes tug-of-war between Washington and the states. As budgets tighten and millions face new eligibility rules, governors and legislatures will soon decide whether to raise taxes, trim services, or both. The clock is already ticking.